House. Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Prague 4 times per week.
OK, here we go then. Harry, in or out? That's our text poll. In or out? You don't need me to explain. Harry, in or out? Text 81800. Start your text with on air. And just text in or out, and we'll poll it this morning. I believe nobody wants him to come home.
Do you?
I do. I bet nobody texts out.
Really?
I do, believe that. I honestly do. Why should he come home? Most of us have to do jobs we don't want to do. I mean, I'm happy. You're happy. But we've done jobs we didn't want to have to do.
That's true, yeah.
OK, and so why shouldn't he... I don't know whether he wants to come home or stay. He probably wants to stay anyway.
I got the impression that he does, but I think
he wants to stay. We want him to stay. Done deal. But I bet you he's on a flight at the moment somewhere over the Bay of Biscay.
Yeah.
So text Harry in or out 81800. Start your text if you would with the message on air. The investigation continues on Jersey. 30 years for poisoning a husband with antifreeze. And our loser of the day is Justin McKiffrey, who last night in Daytona tried to hold up a Circle K, which is kind of an American 7-Eleven, by pointing his finger with his thumb up like it was a pistol.
Well, it solves some crime, doesn't it? Look at it that way.
Lenny Kravitz. It ain't over till it's over. 11 minutes past 7. Original 106. A radio station which has just taken delivery of a load more carrier bags. Original 106 branded carrier bags.
Plastic ones.
This was before, the string ones apparently are too expensive.
Right.
So we got the plastic ones, and now what to do?
We have to charge 5p for them, won't
A
we?
ritual burning or something? I just don't know. So, 12 minutes past 7, and this kid Becky's been making more phone calls, Hope's phone calls.
Great.
Okay, and this one happens to be to Everton Football Club.
Hello, Everton Football Club, Jenna speaking. Can I help you?
Hiya, Jenna. Is that Everton?
It certainly is. Can I help you at all?
Yeah, I'd like to be a footballer's wife. I saw them on the TV.
Right, what you might have to do then is write to one of our players.
I'm only 8 years old. Am I too young?
I think you might be.
But I've been practicing.
Have you?
Yeah, do you know I can talk like a footballer's wife?
Can you now?
Yeah, do you want to hear me?
Go on then.
Hello, darling. Give us a big cardi and coke.
You shouldn't be saying things like that. You're too young.
I'm taking your money and I'm going shopping.
That's really good.
Jenna, are you a footballer's wife?
No. But I wish I had the money.
Which footballer would you like to be the wife of?
Oh, I don't know.
You must.
Whose wife would you like to be?
David Beckham.
David Beckham's.
But he already has a wife.
He does, doesn't he?
So I'm going to run her over in my car.
What you might have to... Yeah, but when you're old, David Beckham's going to be too old for you then, isn't he? So what you might be better doing is wait until you're 18, and then you might see, mightn't you?
Are you from Liverpool?
I am, yes.
Are you a Scouser?
Where are you from?
I'm from Dublin.
Are you an Evertonian?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the Reds.
That's okay then.
Do you want to hear me talk like one?
I'd love to, but I can't really because I'm really busy at the moment. But
all right, calm down. What will I do to become a footballer's wife?
What you should do, you should write in, or maybe draw a picture. And what you can do, you could actually get it in the programme.
But footballers' wives can't read or write.
But they can.
No, they're too thick.
They're not, of course they're not. Not all of them.
Are you telling me Colleen McLaughlin can write?
Of course she can.
Yeah, just her signature on a credit card.
No, she was in college.
Shopping college?
No, she was in college. She was in school.
All right, Jenna.
Okay.
I've got to go.
Okay then.
I've got Wayne Rooney on the other line.
Oh right, okay.
He's a dog.
Bye.
That kid is just dynamite. Text 81800, start your message on air. Morning, Original 106, new breakfast with Tommy Boyd and the team. Harry, in or out? I bet nobody says out. Text on air, start your message with the words on air, and then the number is 81800. Morning. 7:15.
If I had eyes in the back of my head, I would have told you that you look good as I walked away. If you could have tried to trust the hand that fed, you would have never been hungry, but you never really be. More of this or less of this, or is there any difference? Or are we just holding on to things that we don't have anymore? Sometimes time doesn't heal, no, not at all. Just stand still while we fall. In or time just floating. We were victims together but lonely. You've got hungry eyes that just can't look forward. Can't give them enough, but we just can't start over. Building with pen nails, we're falling but holding. I don't wanna take up any more of your time. Time, sometimes time doesn't heal. No, not at all. Just stand still while we fall. In or out of love again, I doubt I'm gonna win you back. When you got eyes like that, it won't let me in. Always looking out. Always looking. Always looking. Always looking. Always looking.
Jack Johnson, If I Had Eyes, 19 minutes past 7. We'll get our first travel update on New Breakfast from Anna Love in just a moment. Text 81800. Start your message on air. If you're caught in anything on the roads, we'll pass the information on to Anna at the original 106 Travel Centre and get the details. We'll get the news headlines as well from Rachel in just a second. But most of the newspapers are full of Harry in Afghanistan.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, loads of pictures.
So what happened was they got the editors and the various bosses of the BBC and ITV and all the newscasters together and said, this is the Buckingham Palace and the MOD, I guess, and said, he's going, but don't you peep a word on it. And in exchange, we'll let you follow him round, photograph him right, left and centre, interview him all over the shop, you know. So the Daily Mail, the thing only broke yesterday afternoon.
Yes, yeah, late yesterday
Daily Mail's
afternoon.
first 11 pages.
Wow. 11?
11 pages. It's actually knocked their plastic bag
I was going to say,
campaign.
what's happened to say, get rid of plastic bag campaign or whatever it's
They've got
called?
that on the front page, funnily enough, because they had to.
Yeah.
To get the afterglow of their campaign, because it's been, they say, a success. The country is now going to adopt their stance on it.
Right.
So, page 2, Harry puts his life on the line. Page 4, from his bunker on the edge of no man's land, Harry opens fire on the Taliban. And there's a picture of him with one of those huge machine guns that sits on a tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And he's allegedly blamming away. But he's not, of course, it's just posed. Next page is Harry calls in an airstrike. Now, we've got Harry now on the phone calling for some tornadoes.
Okay, as you do.
Next
Yep.
2 pages, it's Harry sitting in a tent on a bunk bed. Looks like quite a comfortable bed, actually. It's as normal as I'm going to get, he says. Page 10 and 11, goat stew and shared shower, camp that's 1,000,000 miles from Bougis, whatever Bougis is. And then on it goes. So, you are concerned, and we'll come back to this, Emma, that a woman who poisoned her husband with antifreeze got 30 years.
Yeah, I am. I'm
Okay.
surprised it was that much.
Well, we'll discuss what that tells us about your marriage after travel.
Look forward to that.
Very latest news. From Rachel.
Army commanders are deciding whether Prince Harry's deployment to Afghanistan can continue. It isn't known if he's left the country since a news blackout broke down. The daughter of a missing Hampshire man is pleading for his safe return. The 50-year-old John Martin from Hythe went missing 2 weeks ago following an argument with his wife. A Hampshire woman is due to be sentenced today after being found guilty of causing death by dangerous driving. Kira Coultas, who's 25 and from Hythe, was sending a text message whilst driving when she hit 19-year-old cyclist Jordan Wickington. Forensic teams will today search secret chambers below a former Jersey care home where more than 160 victims have claimed they were abused since the 1960s. 15 acres of woodland in the New Forest could be flattened to make way for a concert venue. The site at Ashley Heath is earmarked for the Forestry Commission. And in sport, Hampshire cricketer Chris Tremlett has gone down with an injury. He's leaving the England side touring New Zealand due to pain in his left side. The south's weather dry and bright this morning, but rain spreading from the west this afternoon. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Traffic update from Original 106. Belt up in the back. Think Hampshire Road Safety.
OK, morning, Anna. How's those roads?
Good morning. Well, the roads are actually currently moving well so far this morning. The M27 also running smoothly at the moment. That is likely to get very heavy later on, though, particularly between junctions 3 and 4 both ways. And that's down to the ongoing roadworks, which were causing big hold-ups there yesterday. Speeds have been restricted to 50 miles an hour. On the M271, you can also expect delays there this morning, northbound between junctions 1 and 3, because having a big knock-on effect. And from 9:30 this morning, you may expect delays inbound on Redbridge Causeway in Southampton. That's down to emergency repairs, and that may continue right through until tomorrow as well. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries. Anything else that you do spot, though, do give us a call here at the Original 106 Travel Centre. 08454 660 106.
Dodge. Don't just drive it. Grab life by the horns. Take the Dodge Nitro. One tough cookie. The metal might look mean, but your Dodge dealer's feeling generous. So you get the deal you like on the Dodge you want. Nitro, Caliber, Avenger. It's your Dodge, your way. Way 1. Get £2,008 off the list price across the range. Way 2. Get 5.9% APR across the range. Way 3. Get peace of mind with 3 years free servicing. To grab your Dodge your way, visit dodge.co.uk or text Dodge to 83010. Dodge. Tough cars. Hard-hitting deals.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Faro 5 times per week.
I loved my job until one day I slipped and my knee. It's not just my knee that shattered. My whole life has been... I can't work, so my earnings have been... And it really hurts. But the most painful thing of all is that it could have easily been avoided.
To stop lives being shattered by slips, trips or falls at work, visit the Health and Safety Executive's website, hse.gov.uk/shattered lives. Don't chance it. Change it.
What's the matter, mate?
My leg's gone.
Better get you to A&E.
No, take me to one of them walk-in centres. They're great for this sort of thing.
Walk-in? Hobbling, more like.
NHS walk-in centres are staffed by specially trained nurses offering friendly and fast treatment to everyone every day of the year, including weekends and bank holidays. So for cuts and bruises, strains and sprains, coughs, colds and stomach upsets, get seen quickly, get better soon. Southampton's NHS walk-in centres are at Bitton, Shirley and with its new X-ray unit, the Royal Southants Hospital. For details, visit nhs.uk.
We were talking yesterday on Breakfast about the carbon dioxide that is produced by people jogging, particularly these people who like to go on marathons. And just to reprise, these are facts. A human being exhales 2 pounds in weight of carbon per day. That's breathing normally. But if you start running, then you're producing 10 to 12 times as much carbon. And a person running produces 40 grams of carbon for every kilometre that they run. And if you compare that with an average family car, which only produces 170 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometre, you can see that a 4x4 full of a family going along is actually better than for the environment than a family of 5 jogging. OK? And these are simple facts, and they're astonishing facts, and they need to be dealt with, particularly by the jogging community. When the London Marathon happens, enough carbon dioxide is created across London to the equivalent of 200 wide-bodied jets taking off. 08454 660 106. You're thinking about going for a jog at the weekend? Don't. Please. Think of the children. And rising sea levels.
Could you whisper in my ear the things you wanna feel? I'll give you anything to feel it coming. Do you wake up on your own? I wonder where you are. You live with all your faults. I wanna wake up where you are. I won't say anything at all, so I don't slide. Yeah, we're gonna let it slide. Don't you love the life you kill? The priest is on the phone. Your father hit the wall. Your mom disowned you. Don't suppose I'll ever know. So me to be a man. Something I can change. A little round here. I wanna wake up where you are. I won't say anything at all. So why don't you slide? And I'll do anything you ever dream to be complete. Little pieces of nothing that fall. Oh, man. Put your arms around me. What you feel is what you are. What you are is beautiful. Oh, man. You wanna get married? Run away. And I'll do anything you ever dream to be complete. Little pieces of the nothing that fall. All night. Put your arms around me. What you feel is what you are. What you are is beautiful. All night. You wanna get married? Run away. I wanna wake up where you are. Can I do anything you ever dream to be complete? Yeah, pieces of the nothing that fall. And I'll do anything you ever dream to be complete. Yeah, pieces of the nothing that fall. All night. Wow, just slide into my room. Just slide into my room. Run away, run away.
Yes, Goo Goo Dolls and Slide. The planet, and Steve is one of those. Steve, get up, or at least wait until we can find out if there's some kind of mask we can fit you with to convert your polluting
I think we
into...
should fit a mask to DJs when they're talking rubbish.
I'm a broadcaster, sir. I'm a social commentator.
Sorry, a broadcaster, social commentator. I do
I'm not a
apologise.
DJ.
Now, I think you should come down to our AGM.
Will you please stop inviting me down to see people jogging? You can't move. I can go to any street corner and see people jogging, and what they're doing is pumping out carbon dioxide.
So you say. You're doing it now. Calm down. Now, what you should do, you should come to our AGM and we should have a discussion about this.
We're having it now.
We've got one or two scientists in amongst our ranks. We've got people from all walks of life.
Bring them on now.
Jogging is healthy. Well,
I don't attend AGMs for a living.
To our chairman, right? I know he's listening.
My job is to make the world a safer, happier place.
Really?
And this morning I lay before the world this original research which shows that after aircraft, Chelsea tractors, and industry,
tractors,
4x4s, the biggest pollutant in the world are all you joggers. It's a fact.
I think that's the convention of shoe repairers, what you're talking about.
How much carbon dioxide do you breathe out if you go for a 20-minute run? Do you know?
I'm not an expert, Tommy, but then neither are you.
You should know.
I think,
what you're doing is dangerous, and ignorance, I'm afraid, is no defence.
I think you're engineering the facts to suit your own needs. And I think we should...
How am I engineering the facts? You create 10 times as much carbon dioxide when you're doing your selfish runs compared to people who are conscientiously doing nothing.
Did you know that the joggers every year raise thousands of pounds towards very sort of veritable charities such as cancer research?
Okay, well, get us sponsored, sit on a sofa then. That way everybody benefits. The charities benefit, and we benefit, because we're not going to have to breathe your carbon dioxide.
Go and get fit and healthy sitting on a sofa, Tommy.
Or worst of all,
behind a DJ console.
Watching the sea levels rise.
I think that you're scared to come to our AGM.
All because you guys are bloody jogging. I'm not... Will you stop inviting me to your AGM? I'm beginning to get a little bit worried about you.
It's only because you're too scared.
Is this some sort of a bi club you're a member of? You need more men that desperately. I'm telling you, you breathe out 10 times as much carbon dioxide, which is the very worst of the greenhouse gases.
Unsubstantiated facts. You're saying, you're giving me. Come down.
What substance do you stop inviting me out?
We'll get some of our experts down. We'll discuss.
I don't like you. I don't like the sound of you. I don't think I'd like the look of you. I'm not gay. Stop asking me out. Stick to the facts, man. You're breathing out, pumping out carbon dioxide.
Rubbish.
Well,
everybody pumps out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide's a good thing.
How's that?
It's the carbon monoxide that's the dangerous thing.
Yeah, you'd like to believe that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You flat earthers are all the same.
When you're proven wrong, I think you should publicly put on air an apology to the joggers.
If I'm wrong...
And regularly give us adverts.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong, because I used to jog. I loved jogging. I ran the first London Marathon. I'm a marathon man. How many marathons have you run?
Only 2.
Well, don't do any more. My children want to breathe. They want to live. They don't want to have to swim to school because the sea level has risen so much because of you joggers. Please stop it. I beg you.
Rubbish.
No, go away. Don't jog until we've cleared this one up.
Okay, well, I'm going to carry on jogging. And I'm going to jog more. And I think you should start jogging.
God.
Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak, holding wrecks and boiling diesel, steaming 45 degrees. The time has come to save this fair, to pay the rent, to pay our share. The time has come. A fact's a fact. It belongs to them. Let's give it back. How can we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? The time has come to save this fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share. For we'll scatter cockatoos from Kentar East to yonder Boo. The western desert lives and breathes in 45 degrees. The time has come to save this fair, to pay the rent, to pay our share. The time has come. A fact's a fact. It belongs to them. Let's give it back.
midnight oil and beds are burning. It's Original 106, it's New Breakfast. This morning, we're just reminding ourselves of a simple new fact that's worth taking on board. If you go running, you're creating about a third as much carbon dioxide as a family car puts out. And it's a big piece of information because it puts the whole business of polluting the atmosphere into some kind of perspective, I think. Either it means we ban jogging, or we go a little bit more easy on people who use cars, people who like to fly places, factories that like to create asbestos, that sort of thing. Just give them a break, you know. But Emma, who is our retribution correspondent on Breakfast, is alarmed that a woman who poisoned her husband using antifreeze has been given 30 years. You think that's steep?
Well, I'm just comparing it to other murder trials. That's
Not
all.
a murder, is it? He's still alive.
Well, he's attempted murder. Thank you for that correction. Yes, compared to other cases, I'm just not. You know, it's awful what she did. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
But it just felt a lot compared.
So she used her antifreeze in order to poison her husband, and you're saying that surely, now that her radiator is cracked, she's been punished enough.
Tommy, no, I'm just saying.
Jason texts, I can't believe Emma thinks that 30 years is a lot for the lady who antifreezed her husband. He is blind, deaf, and has got to have a kidney op amongst other ailments, and she'll be free in 15 to 20 years. If she behaves herself in prison, and they won't obviously let her on a car maintenance course.
Stop it.
Well, I'm just saying. Who discovered the antifreeze, and didn't they used to add it to wine once?
Did they?
They did. A guy got done for it. What is antifreeze? Find out what antifreeze is.
Okay, I'm on the case, among other things.
Anything to take you away from all these websites that you like to visit that are all about punishment.
Do you know what website I'm on at the moment?
Tell me.
13 Ways to Murder Your Husband. It's not good, is it?
Here's the question then. How would you murder your husband? Text 81800, start the message with on air. 81800 is the number. If you want to take part in the phone text poll this morning, it's Harry in or out. You know what that means, Afghanistan. If you think he should stay, text in. If you think he should come home, text out. It's 81800. Start your message with the words on air. 20 to 8, let's get the very latest news. Rachel.
The head of the Army's consulting senior commanders to decide whether Harry's deployment in Afghanistan can continue. Following the breakdown of a news blackout, the Ministry of Defence has confirmed Prince Harry's been on the front line in Helmand Province for the past 10 weeks. The daughter of a taxi driver from Hampshire who's been missing for 2 weeks has spoken out for the first time. Lisa Martin is appealing for her dad, 50-year-old John Martin, to make contact with the family. A Hampshire motorist is facing a jail sentence today for causing the death of a teenage cyclist by dangerous driving. 25-year-old Kira Coulthus from Hythe was using her mobile phone to send a text message when she hit Jordan Wickington in February last year. Plans to clear a 15-acre site in the New Forest is concerning residents. The Forestry Commission wants to clear woodland at Ashley Heath to accommodate pop concerts. And in sport, Hampshire cricketer Chris Tremlett has been forced to leave the England tour of New Zealand through injury. The fast bowler is suffering from a pain to his left side. To the south weather, dry and bright this morning, but rain spreading from the west this afternoon. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Traffic update from Original 106. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. How close are you? Think Hampshire Road Safety.
Anna.
Well, the traffic's now beginning to build on the A27 Western Road in Portsmouth. That's both ways at the M27. The M27 itself running smoothly at the moment. That is likely to get very heavy later on, particularly between junctions 3 and 4. That's down to the ongoing roadworks. The M271 is having a big knock-on effect to that as well. You can expect delays this morning northbound between junctions 1 and 3. And from 9:30 this morning, you may be caught up in some traffic inbound on the Redbridge Causeway in Southampton. That's down to emergency repairs being carried out, and that may continue through right until tomorrow afternoon. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries this morning. Anything else that you do spot though, do give us a call here at the Original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 660 106.
Have you ever given any thought to murder?
Never.
Never?
I'm happy to say. However, what you were saying, if I had to do it, if I was driven to it, I think poison would be the way to go.
How would you administer it?
In his drink.
You would?
Yeah, because I couldn't bring... In that way, I'd feel like I haven't actually done it myself.
What would be most important, that he didn't suffer or that you didn't get caught?
It depends what he's done.
OK, fair enough. Text 81800, start your message on there.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
New immigration controls are being introduced to the UK. Migrant workers from outside the European Economic Area will need points to qualify to work here. If you plan to bring in these workers, you'll need to know what to do to make sure they clear all hurdles and can get through.
From this autumn, new immigration controls based on the Australian point system will mean that employers will need to be licensed to sponsor migrants to work here. To find out more about the new immigration controls, visit bia.homeoffice.gov.uk.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thomson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Salzburg 3 times per week.
House values falling. Borrowing choices decreasing. Interest rates, who knows? Are you worried about the credit crunch? Well, don't. At the Place for Mortgages, we'll aim to ensure you're not bitten. With access to excellent mortgage deals, including fixed and capped rate mortgages, now's a great time to talk to us about remortgaging your home. The Place for Mortgages. Thousands of mortgage deals from hundreds of providers and advice that really makes sense. The Place for Mortgages. Call 0845 226 8192 or click changingmymortgage.com.
Last year, Business South, the South's premier business-to-business event, empowered more than 2,000 business professionals with the knowledge and contacts to help develop and grow their business. This year, you too could benefit. Business South 2008 comes to St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th, and it's completely free. It's your chance to learn from the experts on key business issues, benchmark your competitors, and identify new business opportunities. Business South 2008 at St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th. Admission is free. For fast-track entry, pre-register online now at original106.com.
Third in line to the throne doesn't want to come home. I've been watching pictures this morning of him getting to ride a motorbike without a helmet. Fantastic. And shoot a gun. You know, he's happy. Leave him be. But if you think bring him home for whatever reason, text 81800. Start your message with on air. Text either in or out for Harry. We're also talking about everybody thinks about bumping somebody off from time to time. None of us do it, thankfully. But down the pub you have the conversation. So, if you were to have to bump off either a loved one or, I don't know, perhaps a work colleague, how would you do it? Text 81800. Start your message on air. It's Beth Rowley. Oh, my life. I hope you're not going for a jog this morning. Think.
I got a book that tells my story as I look, it's being written before me, word by word and page by page. Everything I'll ever do is being displayed. Every word controls my feet and even tells me when I should
The Sun has tried to beat everybody else in their reportage of the third in line for the throne being in Afghanistan for the last 10 weeks, claiming frontline prince kills 30 Taliban.
Oh. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What they've got is this. Taliban fanatics were last night feared to be hunting down Prince Harry after he secretly fought in the Afghan Badlands, they're calling them, for 10 weeks. The 23-year-old household cavalry lieutenant killed up to 30 of the enemy on his frontline tour by directing at least 3 airstrikes in towards the Taliban. These have to be guesstimates, pretty crude at lots of levels. But the odd thing is they've also told us what his secret call sign is. Prince's secret call sign as he directs air raid on Taliban. His secret call sign. Remember, if you're listening into any of the radio transmissions, okay, as soon as you hear that somebody is saying Widow 6-7, you'll know that it's the third in line to the throne.
God, they've printed this.
And you'll have some idea. Yeah, but
it's all out there, isn't it? Yeah.
I would hope that every word that's been printed, every image that's been published, every video that we've watched, there's stuff going out at the moment on one of the American channels I'm looking at, of him firing a machine gun, probably into the middle distance, certainly not at people, has been cleared by the Ministry of Defence and Buckingham Palace and the rest of it. And we're asking on our text poll this morning, do you think he should stay or should he go? Should he stay or should he go? In or out? If you think that Harry should stay in Afghanistan, in. If you think he should come home, out. 81800. Text on air. If you think he should come home, I would be really interested in your train of thought on that one. So Harry, in or out? We're also talking about the woman sentenced to 30 years for poisoning her husband with antifreeze. And Emma, you're on record as saying that you think that's harsh.
Compared to other cases, that's all, yeah. I just was surprised when I heard it, put it that way. I thought that sounded longer than... Because it was attempted murder, right? So it just sounded longer than...
Unpleasant murder. Unpleasant.
Oh, totally. I'm not suggesting it wasn't. But compared to other first-degree murders, dunno, it sounded a lot compared to that. That's all.
Have you found out anything about antifreeze and what it is that's in it that allows it to be used as a substance to sweeten wine, which the French did some 10 or 15 years ago, I remember well, and as a poison to kill your husband, or try to kill your husband with?
I haven't, but I'm still on the case with that one, trying to find out why it would have, why it's such a good poison. It's such a phrase. So I'm still on the case.
Matt emails this morning from Bournemouth. Thank you, Matt. studio@original106.com is the email address. He says, your theory research re carbon dioxide emissions is hilarious. It's not hilarious, it's a fact. This is not a wind-up call. I'm not doing a prank here. When you jog, you're giving out almost as much carbon dioxide as a small family car. It's just a fact. However, Matt goes on. Why don't you take it to the next stage? Joggers wear Lycra, which is essentially a plastic bag. So, if we're banning them, we automatically ban joggers. Also, has anyone measured how much excess carbon dioxide James Blunt is responsible for, both by his singing and the wailing of his listeners begging him to stop? I don't mind the odd joke about this, but it's a serious fact. 10% of all carbon emissions across planet Earth. 10%, it's a huge number, are people exhaling, mostly joggers.
You're sure about this?
reprise on our loser of the day. You two there. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. We're a couple of minutes away from a travel update on Original 106, and also, of course, a full news roundup. The loser of the day, as reported late last night across from the United States, is Justin... I love this, McKiffrey, in Daytona. He tried to hold up an American equivalent of the 7-Eleven by running in and pointing at them with his finger, with his thumb up in the air, and saying, "Hand over the dough." And what was he on? You do that when you're a kid, don't you? Did girls used to do the... Did you used to have gun games when you were a girl?
No, definitely not.
No. But if you made the noise of a gun, what would you do? This sounds good, but they'll ricochet on there. Pew! Was how... Anyway, so they're making a movie, right? And I think it's Cecil B. DeMille. And the big action scene just before the end of the movie is the cattle stampede through the town. They've got 30,000 real cows lined up for this, right? And they rehearse over and over and over a crucial shot, which is a cowboy stuntman who they're paying a fortune to run out into the middle of the street with a 6-gun in each hand and go bang, bang, bang into the air, bang, 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 to head off the cattle, you see. That's the myth, that you could stop cattle stampeding by standing in front of them and firing a gun, okay? So they rehearse this about 20 times from all the angles, right? And they've got the cattle penned up at the other end of the town. And he rushes out, goes bang, 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 and like that. And then they go, OK, we're ready for a take. And it's one take only, because you can't get 30,000 cattle back. So they let the cattle out and go, whoo! And the cattle are galloping through the town, right? And the cowboy rushes out in front of them and goes, bang, 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 bang! OK? And they go, cut! And the cattle have all gone, disappeared, and they go, God, they go, do you want to look at it back? See, he'd forgotten to fire the bullets. And you've got this cowboy standing in the middle of the street with these cattle bearing down on him, and he's going, in his mouth, he's going bang, 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 bang.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thomson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Palmer 6 times per week. Traffic updates from Original 106. Don't ever drink and drive. Think Hampshire Road Safety.
Anna.
Well, there's been an accident on the M27 eastbound at junction 11 for Fareham. The police have just closed the exit slip road, long delays on the approach there. Also slow on the M27 westbound between Hedge End and Eastleigh, and it's likely to get very heavy on the M27, this time both ways between junctions 3 and 4, and that's down to the ongoing roadworks, not causing too much of a problem at the moment, but as it is likely to get very heavy as we approach 8 o'clock. Speeds have been restricted to 50 miles an hour. The M271 is going to have a knock-on effect to that as well. You can also expect long delays northbound between junctions 1 and 3 throughout this morning. And from 9:30, you may expect delays there inbound on Redbridge Causeway in Southampton. That's down to emergency repairs, and that may continue right through until tomorrow afternoon. So we'll keep you updated on that one when we know a little bit more. No current problems on the trains, planes, or the ferries this morning. Anything else that you do spot, though, do give us a call here at the Original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 667 106.
So, our text poll this morning, Original 106, Prince Harry, in or out? 81800, start your message on air. 8 o'clock, time for the news. At the News Centre, Rachel Tregenza.
Senior military officials will announce later today what Prince Harry's marching orders are after news of his deployment to Afghanistan emerged. His 10-week stint directing air attack operations against the Taliban in Helmand province could be prematurely ended after an American website reported it. His whereabouts now haven't been released. Sky's defence correspondent Jeff Mead expects him to be home sooner rather than later.
You have to look at the grim prospect. What if something happened to him? How would the generals here defend themselves against that charge that the story was out, the Taliban were aware of what a prime target they had there, and yet you didn't bring him out?
The investigation into a missing Hampshire taxi driver is continuing, although there are still no clues as to his whereabouts. John Martin's daughter Lisa is appealing for him to make contact with the family. 50-year-old Mr. Martin was last seen leaving his Hythe home 2 weeks ago following an argument. 29-year-old Lisa Martin says the past fortnight has been extremely difficult.
It's really hard trying to keep busy, and at times it's very hard thinking about him and that. We thought maybe he took a walk through the forest and that. Like, we've been looking all through the forest and that. I can't think of anywhere else he could really go.
A speeding driver who was sending a text message when she killed a Hampshire cyclist is due to be sentenced today. She hit Jordan Wickington in Southampton in February last year. Andy Ivy reports for Original 106.
Kira Kultas admitted she was doing 45 miles an hour in a 30 zone as she drove her BMW through a junction in February last year. The hotel manager was replying to a text message from her husband and hadn't spotted 19-year-old Jordan Wickington. The cyclist had paused at the traffic lights before going through them on red. Kultas told Southampton Crown Court she'd previously received 3 fixed penalty tickets for speeding, twice on the same stretch of road. The judge has already warned her that she's likely to be jailed.
Police in Jersey say they're in no rush to search for a third suspected underground room at a former children's home. Detectives investigating alleged child abuse at Haute de la Garenne say they've made further significant finds after the discovery of a skull on Saturday. 15 acres of woodland in the New Forest could be flattened to make way for a concert venue. The site at Ashley Heath is marked for the Forestry Commission. It wants to broaden the appeal of outdoor pursuits and has already staged a number of similar concerts in other forests in England. Head of Recreation and Strategy at the Commission, Bruce Rothney, says they have a long way to go before anything goes ahead.
Everything did go through. The earliest concerts are likely to be in the summer 2009, but that does depend on us working through all those other regulations first.
Original 106 Business Briefing with Coffin Mew LLP. Quality legal services for your business and private life. Click coffinmew.co.uk.
The FTSE 100 starts trading today at 59.65 after closing down 110 points yesterday. The pound is currently buying $1 and 98 cents and €1.30. Employers who knowingly hire illegal immigrants could be jailed for 2 years. Under Home Office measures coming into force today, unscrupulous bosses could also be hit with an unlimited fine. Union leaders want the government to increase the weekly limit on statutory redundancy pay from £330 to £500. The TUC says if the payment limit had increased in line with prices since it was introduced in 1965, it would now be worth more than £500. And it's claimed hikes in council tax are being sucked up by the soaring bill for local government workers' gold-plated pensions. For every £5 in revenue raised by local authorities, more than £1 now goes to fund the retirement of their staff, according to a report by campaigning group the Taxpayers Alliance. On to sport, and Portsmouth have a potential European six-pointer on Sunday. Harry Redknapp's side take on fourth-placed Everton at Goodison Park. Southampton are still looking for their first league win since manager George Burley left for Scotland. Tomorrow they face Ipswich in the Championship, who are pushing for a playoff place. Bournemouth boss Kevin Bond is delighted to have a selection headache ahead of their game with Hartlepool United tomorrow. The Cherries are currently 12 points off the safety zone in League One. Bond is keen to see Danny Holland's return from suspension after a great game for the reserves in midweek. Bond told Original 106 that he has no problems in slotting the midfielder straight back into the first team.
Quite an amazing situation I find myself in. I've got to pick a player. You know, Danny has done very, very well for us. Has probably been one of our most consistent and improved players this season, to be fair to him, and he's obviously going to come back into the reckoning.
And in cricket, Hampshire bowler Chris Tremlett has been forced to leave the England tour of New Zealand through injury. He's suffering from a pain in his left side and was withdrawn after only 5 overs of day 2 of the warm-up match with the Select 11.
Original 106 weather. Brighten your future with the place for mortgages. Click unlockthefuture.co.uk.
Dry and bright this morning, but rain spreading from the west in the afternoon. Strengthening southwesterly winds with gales possible in places later, a high of 11 degrees. Check original106.com for our 5-day forecast. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Dodge. Don't just drive it. Grab life by the horns. Take the Dodge Nitro. One tough cookie. The metal might look mean, but your Dodge dealer's feeling generous. So you get the deal you like on the Dodge you want. Nitro, Caliber, Avenger. It's your Dodge, your way. Way 1. Get £2,008 off the list price across the range. Way 2. Get 5.9% APR across the range. Way 3. Get peace of mind with 3 years free servicing. To grab your Dodge your way, visit dodge.co.uk or text Dodge to 83010. Dodge. Tough cars. Hard-hitting deals.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thomson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Alicante 5 times per week.
It's New Breakfast with Tommy and the team at 7 minutes past 8. Text 81800. Start your message on air. Harry, in or out of Afghanistan? Just in or out will do it for the poll. But if you think out and he should come home, maybe a sentence on exactly why that is the case. And if you're motoring, watch out, the M27 between 3 and 4 is very heavy traffic at the moment. And also on the M27, the Fareham Slip Road down is closed at the moment. Big delays there. If you've got anything on that, 81800, text it safely. Text it 81800. Start your message with On Air. Beautiful South and Perfect 10. Morning.
She's a perfect 10, but she wears a 12. Baby, keep a little 2 for me. She could be sweet 16, busting out of the seams. There's still love in the first degree.
When he's at my gate with a big fat A, you wanna see the smile on my face. And even at my door with a 444, there ain't no man can replace. 'Cause we love our love in different sizes. I love her body, especially her lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight. If it's extra large, well, I'm in charge. I can work this thing on top. And if he's XXL, well, what the hell? Every penny don't fit the slot.
The anorexic chicks, the model 6, they don't hold no weight with me. Well, 8 or 9, well, that's just fine. But I like to hold something I can see. 'Cause we love our love, different sizes. I love her body, especially the lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight. I bought a watch to time your beauty, and I've had a bit of second hand.
I bought a calendar, and every month is taken up by the love of man. We love our love, different sizes. I love her body, especially the lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight. We love our love in different sizes. I love her body, especially the lies. Time takes its toll, but not on the eyes. Promise me this, take me tonight.
Beautiful South and Perfect 10. Bo Derrick's the Perfect 10, isn't she, in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a male Perfect 10? David Beckham?
Oh, no.
Pierce Brosnan?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah, in
The
that,
PE teacher?
in his first Bond movie.
The PE teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming out to sea in the trunks.
11 minutes past 8. This morning, talking about 30 years for poisoning your husband with antifreeze. The victim is still alive, but in great disability, and is facing a number of operations on his kidney. Emma was surprised. She thought 30 years was steep for attempted murder. And we've had some comment on that. We'll come back to that. But you've been looking into what antifreeze is and how it kills.
Yes. Well, it's too many ingredients. Ethylene and propylene, and very small amounts of this stuff do kill you. It's various cases. To give you an example, one woman in Dundee drank half a cup of the stuff, thinking it was favoured water. It was on a friend's table. As to why, we have no idea. But when she went to hospital, do you know what the antidote is?
No.
For drinking antifreeze? Alcohol. She went to hospital and she was offered whiskey, gin or vodka as the antidote.
Okay.
Interesting, isn't it?
There's some smart lawyer somewhere listening to that thinking, there's the perfect one. Okay? He gets done for drunk driving. All right, all I have to do is persuade the court that he had accidentally ingested some antifreeze and had only got Legless as an antidote and was driving to casualty.
Right.
So we've got 2 cars, and I tend to use mine and she tends to use hers. And I was in hers about 6 weeks ago, and you know those great big wells that they have in the door now, down to the driver's right?
Yes.
And it's usually full of, car park passes and
lipsticks
and bits of sweet wrappers and things. And my hand, I went down to see if there was a pound down there for a parking thing, because there often is, isn't there, loose pounds. And I found a big plastic bottle that was exactly the same size and shape as a quart of milk.
Right.
And inside it was a very attractive-looking pink liquid. Now, I'm going to tell the story absolutely honestly. I wasn't tempted to swig at it. But if I'd been stuck in a traffic jam and it was 80 degrees, I might have been.
Right.
But it was antifreeze.
Okay.
And what had happened is that she'd gone flying through the garage, forecourt, you know. You always like to buy something besides petrol. She bought a tub of antifreeze. I don't know whether she's actually managed to put any into the radiator or system yet. But there it sat, down by the driver's right hand. And it certainly looked like flavoured water.
Yeah, blackcurrant flavoured or whatever, strawberry flavoured water, yeah.
Do we know any more about how it came to be used by some renegade French vineyards to sweeten their particularly obnoxious young wine?
No, apart from, you mentioned it's slightly sweet. Still trying to find out about the connection with wine. Yeah, making wine better.
Okay. And how does it kill?
Well, what happens is apparently when it goes into your system, it's how your body breaks it down. It's at that point that the toxins are released. Okay,
so it's not toxic when you drink it. It becomes toxic once the digestive system has had a go. Oh, okay.
And it's kidney failure is the big thing.
Okay. You can text 81800 on air. We've been having a little bit of sort of vague fun with the idea of if you had to murder your other half, how would you do it? Obviously don't try that at home. But text poll is Harry, in or out? Nobody said out yet. Nobody said bring him home. Had a nice text, though, from Peter, who heard us talking about the dangers posed to the environment by jogging because it produces so much carbon dioxide. He says, great show. This is Peter in Romsey. The Earth's volcanoes produce more CO2 in 1 year than the human race has produced in the last 200 years. Peter, thanks for that. I know a bit about volcanoes, so just to put you right on track there, volcano carbon is non-organic. It's only organic carbon that is derived from biological entities, plants and animals, that's a danger to the environment, as I understand it. Although, if you were to inhale the dust created by volcanoes, you would be at risk of pneumoultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, is the danger there. Paul texts, totally agree with your theory, Tommy, about jogging. Just like car users, joggers should be taxed for the upkeep of the public roads they use.
Interesting point.
Problem with another text, thank you, 81800, start your text on air. Problem with jogging is heavy breathing of pollution whilst conducting multiple stressful impacts. As for the Prince, your support for Inter-Slavery Murder, Inc. is noted. Signed, Supreme Majesty. What? You're drifting there. Have you been at the antifreeze?
Let's go to a rave and behave like we're tripping simply 'cause we're so in love. Funny hat, shiny pants, all we need for some romance. Go get dialed up and I'll pick you up. There's no line for you and me, 'cause tonight we're VIP. I know somebody at the door. I see that twinkle in your eye, you shake that ass and I just die. Let's check our codes and move out to the floor. rock. Oh, and tomorrow there's no school, so let's go drink some more Red Bull and not get home till about 6 o'clock. Everybody here is staring at the outfit that you're wearing. Love it when they check you out. Cover's only $20, and even if the DJ sucks, it's time to turn this mother
No tomorrow, which there will be no tomorrow if those joggers don't stop polluting. Stop the bloody jogging, we say. Original 106 has conducted some original research, and we have discovered that if you go jogging, you're creating about as much carbon dioxide as a small family car. And until we can get any body of science to hold this one below the waterline, the fact is, it puts the whole business of carbon dioxide pollution and the fears that we all have about our carbon footprint, I think, into some kind of sensible perspective. So I'm staying with it. If you're jogging, just remember, you're producing 40 grams of carbon every kilometre you run, and a small family car only produces about 170, the same. So there you are, there's the perspective on that one. You can text 81800, start your message with On Air. We're talking about Harry, should he come home or stay in Afghanistan? If you want to vote, text either in or out. And with Emma, surprised that a woman who tried to poison her husband to death, he's still alive, he survived, but he's very unwell, using antifreeze, was sentenced to 30 years. She thought that sounded a bit steep. But we've moved on to antifreeze, what it is, how it kills. And Emma, you've been looking into how it was once used to sweeten wine.
Yeah, well, it was used as an additive in Austria in the mid-80s. Nearly destroyed the Austrian wine industry, you know. This was referred to as the Great Austrian Antifreeze Wine Scandal of 1985.
I wish it was.
And, yeah, they added it and nearly brought down, obviously, the reputation of the wines from the Danube. It took them about 10 years to rebuild the industry. Not that I thought Austria had... I don't know much about wine anyway, but I didn't think Austria was the most, you know, the greatest wine-producing country.
You can't see them sunning it, can you?
No.
In Vienna?
No.
Or just outside? However, thank you very much indeed for that. Presumably then it tastes sweet.
Yes, it's sweet. That's what it added to the wine.
I can't imagine that Austrian wine needed sharpening up. It's 20 past 8. It's New Breakfast on Original 106. Let's get the very latest news. From Rachel.
A decision's being taken on Prince Harry's deployment to Afghanistan. Now his role is in the public domain. The media had been asked to keep quiet so as not to potentially expose Harry and others to heightened risk of attack, but a US website broke the news. The daughter of a taxi driver from Hampshire who's been missing for 2 weeks has spoken out for the first time. Lisa Martin is appealing for her dad, 50-year-old John Martin, to make contact with the family. A couple who worked at a former Jersey children's home at the centre of an abuse scandal say they noticed nothing untoward there. Tom and Morag Jordan worked as house parents at Haute de la Garenne between 1971 and 1984. People living in the New Forest are up in arms about plans to bulldoze 15 acres of woodland. The Forestry Commission wants to turn the site at Ashley Heath into an alternative outdoor concert venue. And in sport, Portsmouth have a potential European six-pointer on Sunday. Harry Redknapp's side take on fourth-placed Everton at Goodison Park. On to the South's weather. Dry and bright this morning, but rain spreading from the west this afternoon. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Traffic update from Original 106. Always wear your seatbelt. Think Hampshire Road Safety.
Problems on the M27 earlier this morning, Anna?
That's right, there's been an accident on the M27 eastbound near junction 11 for Fareham. Police have actually just closed the exit slip road. Long delays there on the approach and the speed has been restricted to 40 miles an hour. Do drive very carefully if you are heading that way. Also slow on the M27 westbound between Hedge End and Eastleigh. Elsewhere, Milton Road looking very busy this morning, outbound at Valder Avenue in Portsmouth. And from 9:30 this morning, you can expect big delays inbound on Redbridge Causeway. That's in Southampton. That's down to emergency repairs being carried out, and that may continue right through until tomorrow afternoon. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries this morning. Anything else that you do spot, though, do give us a call here at the original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 660 106.
Have you seen that?
What, darling?
That on my Astra.
That's only next door's cat. On Black Cat's supposed to be good luck? Or is it bad luck?
I tell you, it's going to be bad luck for the cat.
Buying a used car? Don't leave it to luck. At Vauxhall Network Q, our ownership promise confirms your car's mileage and history, giving you complete peace of mind. Visit your local Vauxhall Network Q retailer or go to networkq.co.uk. Network Q. Used cars you can rely on.
Oi, Mr. Tiddles, shoo! I know where you live!
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Malaga 6 times per week.
Last year, Business South, the South's premier business-to-business event, empowered more than 2,000 business professionals with the knowledge and contacts to help develop and grow their business. This year, you too could benefit. Business South 2008 comes to St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th, and it's completely free. It's your chance to learn from the experts on key business issues, benchmark your competitors, and identify new business opportunities. Business South 2008 at St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th. Admission is free. For fast-track entry, pre-register online now at original106.com.
When it came to finding work, my maths always let me down. And then I found this Learn Direct course called Maths for Waitresses Whose Social Lives Are Non-Existent Because They're Working Double Shifts 6 days a week until something better comes along. And now I've finished the course. It has.
Get a nationally recognised maths qualification. Call 0800 101 901 or pop into your local Learn Direct Learning Centre.
Just got to do these VAT returns. I never thought I'd say that.
Learn Direct skills and qualifications. Ready when you are.
We know that Harry is in Afghanistan because it was flagged up on an American website called the Dredge Report. We didn't, our press, unbelievably, and well done everybody, was sitting on it until presumably he came home. And I think the deal was they could they could follow him around, photograph, interview, as long as they didn't report it up whilst he was out there. However, this Dredge Report website, and also a German newspaper called Bild, B-I-L-D, I believe, has decided that it should publish the information, so now our press are free to do it. I wonder why the Germans, like us, have a gutter press. I mean, you would have thought, wouldn't you, that the Germans would have been particularly supportive of anything that our royal family were up to, because they're German, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I believe the Queen's grandfather was German and Victoria was half German, and her husband was German, so, I mean, it's complicated. On the Dredge Report, there's a number of other interesting stories. They're reporting that Osama bin Laden has moved to the left, and I've just found another item on the Dredge Report. It's named after the guy who founded the website, and apparently it's taken very seriously in the United States. London's edge over New York eroded. London is losing its status as the world's leading financial centre and being overtaken by New York, according to a global survey of financial professionals. The collapse of Northern Rock and the proposed tax crackdown on non-domiciled residents are making the UK less attractive to overseas businesses. So that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. The rest of the world thinks that we're the most important banking system in the world, but I don't think we do we? We prefer to pretend we're rubbish. Joe Jackson stepping out, 26 minutes past 8.
Shine. electricity so fine. Look and dry your eyes. We're so tired of all the darkness in our lives, with no more angry words to say can come alive. Get into a car and drive to the other side. Stepping are young but getting old before our time. We'll leave the TV and the radio behind. Don't you wonder what we'll find stepping out tonight? Dressed in pink and blue just like a child, and in a yellow taxi turn to me and smile. We'll be there in just a while if you follow me. Stepping out into the night, into the
Joe Jackson and Stepping Out. This morning, Prince Harry is in Afghanistan, or is he? And if you want to vote on whether he should go home or stay out there, and he obviously wants to stay out there, and why not? Because we've been seeing pictures on TV this morning of him riding a motorbike without a helmet, which must be fantastic.
I saw that.
He's enjoying himself. He's
He
firing a gun.
was.
And it seems to me that he's enjoying living like a normal person.
Yeah, I thought he came across really well.
Have you ever come across any of the top royals?
No, I haven't. No. Not up close.
No, well, I had I spent a very interesting hour with Prince Charles in his suite of rooms at Buckingham Palace.
Did you?
Interviewing him about a friend of his called Sir Ranulph Twistleton Wickham Fiennes, who's circumnavigating the globe north-south. And we chatted away. And in the end, he kind of really let his thing down, and he wanted to know, because Toxteth was going off. Do you remember we used to have the city riots?
The riots, yeah.
Back in what people will still tell you was the good old days.
Good old 80s.
The good old days, the good old days. And he wanted to know what I thought about that. I said to him, it must be hard for you. I said, you've never been able to wander into the pub, have you? Have a pint and talk to some bloke about what's going on. He said, I tried. It's very difficult. And what he was saying was that there were occasions when he'd go out incognito.
How did he do that?
He put a flat cap on,
Did
a
he?
muffler. And
What, no one would tell?
He liked doing voices. He was a fan of the Goons.
Oh, yeah.
And what he sort of implied was that he used to do that from time to time when he was a student and a little bit older. He'd just wander around as a bloke and just have a look at the world without an entourage.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. But one thing he said about what Ranulph Fiennes was getting up to, I don't know if you remember Ranulph Fiennes, he's still around doing a bit of adventuring. And he and 6 other guys were going to go across the North Pole and then down and then across the South Pole and then come back to where they started, circumnavigating the globe north-south. And I said to him during the interview, what do you think is going to be the biggest difficulty they're going to face? You know, cold, hunger, tiredness,
Food.
Do you know what he said? When a group of people are cooped up together, they inevitably begin to fall out. And I think the biggest difficulty they will have will be just the ongoing arguments and fights. And I looked at him and he looked at me. And I looked at him and he could see that I was thinking, you're talking about your family, aren't you, here? Because if anybody is cooped up...
Yes.
And they've only got each other to talk to, it's you lot.
Christmas is at Balmoral.
And that's what he was talking about, I suspect. But a mate of mine along at the one of the naval yards in Portsmouth, a sailor, he said that Prince Andrew, when he was with the Navy, occasionally would, with a bunch of other officers, call round to the men's houses just to do a bit of fraternising, OK? Touching base with the ordinary Jack Tars.
Right.
And whilst he was round this bloke's house, they had to put their rubbish out in the morning, for the in the morning, right? And the bloke went, if you'll just excuse me, Andrew, I've just got to put the rubbish out. And, you know, fine, you're gone. So he carried it through the kitchen, the bin, through the kitchen, and along the hall, past the living room where they were, and put it out the front, you see. And Andrew said to him, he said, that's interesting. He said, you're like us. We don't like people having a chance to get anywhere near our dustbins.
Not quite the same, is it?
The bloke went, no, he said, it's not that. He said, it's that these are terraced houses. And if I was to carry the dustbin on the outside, I'd have to go to the end of the street and then come all the way back again. I get that, yeah. Harry at the moment is living a normal life and therefore probably enjoying himself. We're talking about that this morning. 30 years for poisoning your husband with antifreeze. The investigations continued, terrible investigations on Jersey. We're also looking into the Dredge report, finding out what other secrets it might have besides the fact, and they were reporting this long before the British press were allowed to report Harry being in Afghanistan, so I'm seeing what else they're sitting on.
Cause I'm freaking, I've had such a weekend, I think I must be turning to God. My girlfriend has dumped me and headed for the country, the boy who wears white socks. I wish the pavements were burning, the summer was coming along. Instead I'm virtually freezing, I'm working on this boring old song. Cause when the toss hits the can, you know I'm always feeling all so right. Please, please understand. Yes, I'm the day before yesterday's mine. Trying hard forgetting things that I didn't even say. There's nothing on the box and I'm getting desperate thoughts that I just can't keep at bay. I wish the tables had turned, something is coming along. Instead I'm virtually freaking, everything is going so wrong. Cause when the toss hits the can, you know I've always been so right. Please, please understand. Yes, I'm the day before yesterday's mine. The day before yesterday, the day before yesterday. The day before yesterday, the day before yesterday. The day before yesterday, the day before yesterday.
So it looks as though carrier bags are out then, guys, and 5 pence on a carrier bag at Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah.
That's not really going to deter you, is it? I mean, the money side of it, because would you bother to pick up a 5 pence piece in the street, Emma?
No. Isn't that awful?
Would you bother to pick up a 5 pence piece?
Probably not, no. Not 5p, no.
But our dilemma here at Original is we've just taken delivery of our carrier bags.
Yes.
How many tens of thousands of branded carrier bags have we just had delivered?
We've got a couple of thousand.
That's useful.
Yeah. Good timing, eh?
We can't give them away now. People will think that we're not paying attention.
Well, it's what they do with them that counts, I think.
Well, we've been thinking about asking the listener if there are any alternative uses for several thousand carrier bags with Original 106 on them. I came up with the idea of you could use them to store things in the loft. That's legitimate, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
That doesn't hurt the environment.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that was last year.
If you're building a damp course, a garage, a damp course, you know, could go down underneath the rubble.
Insulation, perhaps?
Insulation, so you could lay your fiberglass stuff on. Doesn't it cut that stuff? I hate that stuff. Anyway, what else?
Maybe a fashion accessory. Bag itself. Or...
Well, how enduring are our... Because the ones you get from the supermarket, can I just see if I can tear it? Okay, these are quality...
They look good quality, don't they?
That's barely a plastic bag. I'll tell you what, you couldn't suffocate in that.
No.
That's how quality it is. You know what I'm saying here? So they're pretty solid.
Quality,
and what sort of weight do you think that they would take?
A bottle of wine wouldn't fall through there.
Oh, well, that's good, because I hate those thin ones, because you always feel, don't you?
They offer you two, don't they?
You wouldn't need to double up on those.
Yes.
When a woman in front of me lost a bottle of wine, 3 bottles of wine, as she put them into the carrier bag, and then went to go off, and they went.
I know.
Now, the question was, who was out of pocket, her or the supermarket? Because the supermarket were very good. They came forward, and they said, don't worry, madam, we'll replace them. On the basis that it was a fault in the carrier bag, you see, which I think the woman was trying to imply.
As a woman would, yeah.
But she bought them, and, you know, she was long gone. But we don't know what the bearing weight is of these carrier bags, though.
You don't know what you should say.
Let me see if I can just pull one apart. I've just pulled it into a...
I don't think you could.
No, Scott, you're a big, strong lad. You pull on that one.
It's like a tug-of-war, carrier bag tug-of-war, this.
All right, then you could use it then as an impro tow rope.
That's a good idea.
Do you think it would be possible to tow a car using these, just to prove the quality of our
Maybe we should try and compare it to
environmental landmines, these carrier bags that we've got? Do you think it's possible?
It could do a job, I think. Yeah.
Should we try it?
Why not?
Well, we got 2,000 of them. Let's
make a good
see
tow with that.
if we alternative uses for the world's stockpile of carrier bags that are never going to be used. I honestly believe you could tie these together and make a rope strong enough for me to abseil down the building. And we're 4 stories up.
That sounds a good idea.
Oh, I'm all for, you know, just doing something to see if it works. Maybe not the whole of the building.
Have you got life insurance?
I'm prepared to say that I could abseil down from the first floor to the car park using...
Oh, the first floor?
Yeah.
Not the fourth.
What are you after here?
You're so disgust.
We're on the 4th floor, aren't we?
Scott, you work behind the scenes. Do you deal with the company's insurance?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, I'm not going out the 4th floor. Let's get the very latest national, international news, shall we, at the news centre? Here's Rachel. Rachel.
Media outlets have been defending the decision to enter into an agreement not to report details of Prince Harry's deployment to Afghanistan. The deal lasted for 10 weeks until an American website leaked details of the prince's military activity in Helmand province. The investigation into a missing Hampshire taxi driver is continuing, although there are still no clues as to his whereabouts. John Martin's daughter Lisa is appealing for him to make contact with his family. A speeding Hampshire driver who was sending a text message when she killed a cyclist is due to be sentenced today. She was using her mobile phone to send a text when she hit Jordan Wickington in Southampton in February last year. Kira Coultas is due to be sentenced at Southampton Crown Court. 15 acres of woodland in the New Forest could be flattened to make way for a concert venue. The site at Ashley Heath is earmarked for the Forestry Commission. And in sport, another England cricketer has gone down with an injury. Hampshire's Chris Tremlett will leave the tour of New Zealand due to pain in his left side. To the south, weather dry and bright this morning, but rain spreading from the west this afternoon. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Traffic update from Original 106. Wake up to the signs of tiredness. Think Hampshire road safety.
Right, real heads up, especially if you're M27 this morning. Anna.
Yeah, the early collision on the M27 eastbound, that was at junction 11 for Fareham, still causing big problems there. Police have had to close the exit slip road, long delays there on the approach, and the speed has been restricted to 40 miles an hour. Elsewhere, slow on the M27 this morning, westbound between Hedge End and Eastleigh. Milton Road also looking very busy outbound at Velda Avenue in Portsmouth, and elsewhere in Portsmouth, it's building on Eastern Road now, outbound near Burfields Road. Just to pre-warn you, from 9:30 this morning, you can expect big delays inbound on Redbridge Causeway in Southampton. That's down to emergency repairs being carried out, and that may continue right through until tomorrow afternoon. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries this morning. Anything else that you do spot though, do give us a call here at the original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 660 106.
Here's the deal. It's Mother's Day this Sunday, and at Sainsbury's you can pick up 40 colourful fair trade roses for just £10. Here's the idea. Make your mum feel extra special by surprising her with this stunning bouquet and let them brighten up her day. Sainsbury's. Try something new today. Excludes locals and centrals while stocks last.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Prague 4 times per week.
What's the matter, mate?
My leg's gone.
Oh, better get you to A&E.
No, take me to one of them walk-in centres. They're great for this sort of thing.
Walk-in? Hobbling, more like.
NHS walk-in centres are staffed by specially trained nurses, offering friendly and fast treatment to everyone every day of the year, including weekends and bank holidays. So for cuts and bruises, strains and sprains, coughs, colds and stomach upsets, get seen quickly, get better soon. Southampton's NHS walk-in centres are at Bitton, Shirley and with its new X-ray unit, the Royal Southands Hospital. For details, visit nhs.uk.
This June, Neil Diamond comes to Southampton. Live at the Rose Bowl on the 17th of June. The Solitary Man is back in the UK. Don't miss Neil Diamond's all-new show. All the hits, all live, all night long. Tickets are on sale now on 0870 400 0688 or livenation.co.uk. Neil Diamond live at the Rose Bowl.
Sean called in 08454 660 106 during travel to suggest that we recycle our original 106 carrier bags into branded bomber jackets. There goes Gabriella Kill Me and Sweet About Me at 12 minutes to 9. Original 106 New Breakfast with Tommy Boyd and the congregation. This morning talking about Harry in Afghanistan and the Drudge Report, which is the website in America which released the information first. Then various other international reporting organs got in on it. So Fleet Street, as we still call it, they thought, OK, well, if they can, so can we.
It's fair enough.
I reckon the deal was that Fleet Street were told if you can accompany him, you can take pictures, you can do interviews, you can... when he gets back home.
Yes.
But if anybody so much as murmurs that he's out there before he gets back safely, then I don't know what kind of retribution might there have been. What kind of threats were the editors of our national newspapers under not to publish details that he was there?
I know,
to
I'd love
smoke?
to know, because apparently only 15 people in the whole of the MOD knew anything about the trip to Afghanistan.
Right. But then you've got the soldiers that he's serving with.
Yeah.
Do you suppose they're mail home, their mobile phones?
Of course they'll have texted home, wouldn't they?
Well, you would do. I remember when Matt Le Tissier was picked to play for England in a crucial match, but he was told he must not tell the press until the following day when it would be announced officially, and he texted his brother. And his brother knew a bloke who worked on the local paper.
Oh, dear.
And 20 minutes later, you know.
All over the place.
So obviously then they would have carefully selected the people that he would have been in contact with. I presume it's the people he serves with on a day-to-day in household cavalry, but anyway. So we're talking about that one, and jogging as well. Because in order to put into perspective the burden of having a carbon footprint and the worry about, you know, having a catalytic converter on your car and whether you should ever fly again, to put that into perspective, when you go jogging, you give out almost as much carbon dioxide as a small family car. Now, Trish texts, you may be right, but joggers, when they stop, they get fat and unhealthy. They need to drive places as they can't walk. Therefore there are so many more cars on the road. Extra weight in the car means more emissions, etc. Also, does your research mean that any aerobic exercise increases carbon? Well, yes, it does, Trish. So Trish asks, how much does a football team create in 90 minutes? That depends on how good they are.
How fast they run.
We wouldn't stop the Premiership from going on, because that's great entertainment. But those guys who potter around a muddy pitch on a Sunday morning, they'd rather be in the pub. That's half the reason they do it. We could certainly think about cutting those Sunday football games down to, say, 20 minutes each way.
OK.
And that would, you know...
It would help, wouldn't it?
It would help them. They would be melting fewer icebergs. Trish goes on, who's more environmentally sound, Pompey or Saints? She then says, I have to turn the radio off now.
That's nice.
But it would be interesting to hear about other forms of exercise. Well, here's what I say. If you want to exercise, get yourself one of those exercise bikes and hook it up to the national grid. Yeah?
Big cable.
People use dynamos to run their bicycle lights, and it works perfectly well.
OK.
That means that bicycles and exercise bicycles can create energy. OK, so if you want to exercise, we need to devise an exercise bike that plugs into the electrical supply of your home. So you could probably sit on your bike, watch EastEnders, boil a kettle, heat the house, make phone calls, all from the energy created by going round and round on your bike.
So you'd be carbon neutral, wouldn't you, then?
You would almost be carbon neutral, because although you'd be pumping out carbon dioxide from your own lungs, OK, you would be lessening the burden on the national grid, which of course still creates carbon in order to create electricity. So, thinking on my feet there, I think I won that one. So I'm still in the lead. Gordy, if my bird tried to kill me with antifreeze, the last thing I would do, he said, would be to give her an icy stare.
Oh.
Good old Gordon, well done. Jason, you could use the original 106 carriers to put your Lidl. Lidl. Don't know, what's that?
Supermarkets.
OK. To put your Lidl shopping in so no one can tell you shop there.
It's sort of a cheaper supermarket.
Okay, all right, price conscious.
Yes, that's the word, thank you.
Price conscious, not at all. Ban on jogging. This email from Richard. Jogging does nothing but cause the jogger to breathe heavily, and thus it's an assault on the Earth's climate. If you see anyone jogging, report him or her to the police.
What?
If you see the police chasing a jogger on foot, report them as well.
This is ridiculous. But good point.
Ban on sports. Sports involve a lot of heavy breathing from physically taxed athletes, as well as greenhouse contributions from shouting spectators. Only non-strenuous sports such as chess.
Chess.
Polite clapping from spectators are allowed.
Oh, that means we've got to stop all the sing-songs.
Ban on passionate sex. Passionate sexual activity results in unsafe amounts of breathing. Lovemaking should instead be conducted in a businesslike and formal manner. Any other type of lovemaking should be discouraged. If you know of any instances of passionate lovemaking, make sure to inform everyone else. Ban on creepy phone calls.
What?
Creepy phone calls with heavy breathing contribute to greenhouse gases. If a creepy voice call must be made, simply hang up when the other party answers, or use something to hide your voice whilst making creepy statements.
What?
Ban nagging. One of the largest contributors to greenhouse gases is the amount of exhaling done from women when nagging men.
That's a good point.
Since the men were most likely never listening in the first place, nagging is a complete waste and damages the environment. Women are strongly encouraged to stick to passive-aggressive behaviour. Tax on obesity. The obese tend to come short of breath more often, leading to excessive breathing and thus damaging the environment. Whilst obesity can't be outlawed, it can be taxed. Also, environmentally concerned citizens are encouraged to promote healthy weight by referring to the obese as fatty, fatty, fat, fat. Ban on axe-wielding maniacs. People chased by an axe-wielding maniac tend to breathe at an excessive and environmentally harmful rate. So axe-wielding maniacs are hitherto banned until further notice. It's breakfast, it's Original 106. It's Tommy and the team, it's 5 to 9. Good morning.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, you get it, if so how often? Which you choose, a hard or soft option? In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. West End In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. Ooh, West End town, a dead end world, East End boys, West End girls. West End girls. You got a heart of glass or a heart of stone. Just you wait till I get you home. Got no future, we've got no past. Here today, built to last in every city and every nation, from Lake Geneva to the Finland station. And a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. Oh, West End town,
Our research teams have discovered here at Original 106 that if you go running, you're creating almost as much carbon dioxide as a small family car covering the same distance, which is quite a revelation, I think. Anna, do you raise your pulse and keep fit and stuff?
Well, yeah, I go to the gym about 3 times I attempt to go to the gym 3 times a week.
Do you sit
so
on one of
how
those-
does that fit into that,
Well,
then?
what we're saying is, do you go on one of those bikes?
I go on the treadmill, and I go on the bike, yeah.
Well,
and the cross trainer.
What I'm wondering is whether they can link them up to some kind of a dynamo so that your energy is converted into energy. Okay,
That's
and that
an
way
idea.
it would kind of balance out the harm that you're doing with all that carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
With the savings that you would make at the power station. And you would. And you
Seems a lot of work to have to do, though, doesn't it?
What? Bolting a dynamo onto an exercise
Yeah,
bicycle?
a lot of fuss, a lot of faffing.
Yeah, but the sea levels are rising.
You're right, yeah.
You
the
know.
results would be beneficial.
Precisely. So thank you for that. Just a quick reminder: we'll get Anna to give us the latest travel. M27 especially, ears up, junctions 3 and 4, and also is it near? What is it? Begins with F. What's the junction where?
Fareham,
there's
yeah.
someone? Thank
Accident
you.
near Fareham at the moment.
All right, but if you do spot anything you can help us with at our travel centre, 81800 is the number. Start your message with On Air.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Faro 5 times per week. Traffic update from Original 106. Belt up in the back. Think Hampshire Road Safety.
Anna.
So the earlier collision on the M27 eastbound at junction 11 for Fareham. Police have had to close the exit slip road there at the moment. Long delays on the approach and the speed has been restricted to 40 miles an hour, so do watch out for that one. Also slow on the M27 westbound between Hedge End and Eastleigh. Elsewhere, Milton Road, very busy this morning, outbound at Velda Avenue in Portsmouth. And elsewhere in Portsmouth, the traffic on the A3 Alfred Road, that's now looking slow, particularly if you're about to approach Unicorn Road. And from 9:30 this morning, do be aware that you can expect delays inbound on Redbridge Causeway, that's in the Southampton area, due to emergency repairs being carried out, and that may continue right through until tomorrow afternoon, but we will keep updated on that one when we know a little bit more. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries this morning. As always, anything else that you do spot, though, do give us a call here at the Original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 660 106.
After the news, we'll raise the proposition that obesity isn't all bad. It's 9 o'clock, and at the news centre, Rachel Tregenza.
The Ministry of Defence is considering Prince Harry's future in Afghanistan after his 10-week tour of duty in Helmand Province became public. A news blackout was broken by a US website, meaning his deployment may be cut short on security grounds. An announcement's expected today on his immediate future. Senior MOD advisor Brigadier Patrick Marriott says Harry won't have just been making up the numbers.
He's carrying out a very important role. He's a forward air controller, so he's responsible for the air over where his soldiers are working. And that's a difficult job. It's taken a great deal of training, and Prince Harry happens to be very good at it.
The daughter of a missing Hampshire man is pleading for his safe return. 50-year-old John Martin from Hythe went missing 2 weeks ago following an argument with his wife. His daughter, 29-year-old Lisa Martin, has spoken for the first time to appeal for her father to make contact. She told Original 106 that she wants him to be there when she gets married in August.
I want my dad to walk me down the aisle. I'm choosing my wedding dress and I want him to see me wear it. I can't get married without my dad by my side. My dad is everything to me and his family.
A motorcyclist has been taken to a Hampshire hospital with potentially life-threatening head injuries following a crash on the M27. A car collided with the motorbike on the eastbound off-slip at junction 11 near Fareham at 7:30 this morning. The bike rider has been taken to Southampton General Hospital for treatment. The car driver is uninjured. The slip road remains closed and police anticipate a full investigation at the scene will last up to 4 hours. Motorists are being advised to use an alternative route to avoid the long tailbacks. A Hampshire woman is due to be sentenced today after being found guilty of causing death by dangerous driving. Kira Coultus, who's 25 and from Hythe, was sending a text message whilst driving when she hit 19-year-old cyclist Jordan Wickington. He died from head injuries following the crash in Southampton in February last year. A judge at the city's Crown Court has warned Coultus that she's likely to be sent to jail. Plans to clear a 15-acre site in the New Forest is concerning residents. The Forestry Commission wants to clear woodland at Ashley Heath to accommodate pop concerts, but residents are concerned about the increased traffic, noise levels and the impact on the forest. Forestry Commission has successfully created similar sites across the UK, including at Cannock Chase in Staffordshire. Head of Recreation and Strategy at the Commission, Bruce Rothney, says there's no need for people to be worried.
We have developed quite a good track record of managing these sort of events to minimise any disturbance to local people, and in many of those sites I think people have been reassured once the concerts have taken place about how well they are managed.
In sport, Portsmouth take on Europe rivals Everton on Sunday. Pompey are 6 points behind the Toffees in the Premier League. A win could see Harry Redknapp's men move back into the top 6. Southampton have a tough match tomorrow against Ipswich in the Championship. Ipswich are on the brink of reaching the playoff places, while Saints are just 4 points from the bottom 3. Saints boss Nigel Pearson is confident he can pull the squad together to get 3 points, and he says a positive reaction from the media and fans since he joined has helped the club.
There has been a real positive response, but ultimately we have to go out there, we have to give them the performances and results that they're looking for, and they have to see that we're working hard enough for that as well.
Bournemouth will still be without the services of centre-back Russell Perrett ahead of their game against Hartlepool United tomorrow. Perrett went down with a respiratory problem last week and has been unable to train. The club's awaiting confirmation of the problem from the specialist, but it could see the defender sidelined for a couple of weeks. And Hampshire cricketer Chris Tremlett is out of the rest of England's tour of New Zealand. He's to fly home after leaving the field injured during the warm-up match with the Select 11 in Dunedin. Sky Sports reporter Paul King is there with more details on the problem.
A side strain that he had complained of last weekend and had a scan which didn't show up too much, but after bowling 5 overs today, he was complaining of further stiffness and soreness in his side, and they felt that he just wasn't going to be fit for the Test match starting next week.
Original 106 weather with The Place for Mortgages. Your barometer for the best mortgage deals. Click unlockthefuture.co.uk.
A dry morning, but rain spreading from the west in the afternoon. Strengthening southwesterly winds with gales possible in places later. A maximum temperature of 11 degrees. Check original106.com for a 5-day forecast. I'm Rachel Tregenza at the Original 106 News Centre.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Salzburg 3 times per week.
We've got a room full of people, so hello everybody. Ah, marvellous. Excellent. I'm going to try and play a very funny phone call. Here we go.
Hello, Everton Football Club. Jana speaking. Can I help you?
Hi, Jana. Is that Everton?
It certainly is. Can I help you at all?
Yeah, I'd like to be a footballer's wife. I saw them on the TV.
Right. What you might have to do then is write to one of our players.
I'm only 8 years old. Am I too young?
I think you might be.
But I've been practicing.
Have you?
Yeah, do you know I can talk like a footballer's wife?
Can you now?
Yeah, do you want to hear me?
Go on then.
Hello, darling. Give us a big cardi and coke.
You shouldn't be saying things like that. You're too young.
I'm taking your money and I'm going shopping.
That's really good.
Jenna, are you a footballer's wife?
No. But I wish I had the money.
Which footballer would you like to be the wife of?
Oh, I don't know.
You must.
Whose wife would you like to be?
David Beckham.
David Beckham's.
But he already has a wife.
He does, doesn't he?
So I'm going to run her over in my car.
What you might have to... Yeah, but when you're old, David Beckham's going to be too old for you then, isn't he? So what you might be better doing is wait until you're 18, and then you might see, mightn't you?
Are you from Liverpool?
I am, yes.
Where are you?
Where are you from?
I'm from Dublin.
Are you an Evertonian?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah?
I hate the Reds.
That's okay, then.
Do you want to hear me talk like one?
I'd love to, but I can't really because I'm really busy at the moment.
All right, calm down. What will I do to become a footballer's wife?
What you should do, you should write in, or maybe draw a picture. And what you can do, you could actually get it in the programme.
Footballers' wives can't read or write.
But they can.
No, they're too thick.
Then no, of course they're not. Not all of them.
Are you telling me Colleen McLaughlin can write?
Of course she can.
Yeah, just her signature on a credit card.
No, she was in college.
Shopping college?
No, she was in college. She was in school.
All right, Jenna.
Okay.
I've got to go.
Okay, then.
I've got Wayne Rooney on the other line.
Oh, right, okay.
He's a dog.
Bye.
Tears for Fears and Everybody Wants to Rule the World. We were just standing around. The studio's nice and full, and we love that. Hello again, everybody.
Hello.
That little girl, then, Becky, the Irish girl from Dublin. Let's do it like it's the House of Commons, shall we? This house believes that Becky is real. Oh, fine. People who believe that Becky is some sort of fabrication of an Irish radio station and false. No. No. Really? Some cynical beggars in this morning, haven't we, eh? Hey. Original 106, 12 minutes past 9. Morning. The feeling I thought it was over. Harry. Murray, Afghanistan, in or out? Text 81800, start your message on air.
Baby king with a grown man's crown, and we played in the sun as the curtain was crumbling. I was young and I could not see. I said, if you go, won't you please take me? And you told me that I would forget you eventually. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was over, but it's not. I thought it was over, but it's not. Spinning in circles, I can't stop. I thought it was over, but it's not. I'm in love with a fool, and you don't know what you've lost. Hurt from the bottom to the top. I thought it was over, but it's not. Yeah. Another year and the job was done. The old republic was dead and gone, and a new way of living would be a reality. It's a while since you shut that door. Are you awake in my sleep no more? Though the nightmare is gone, now I don't have a dream. I thought it was over, but it's not. I thought it was over, but it's not. Spinning in circles, I can't stop. I thought it was over, but it's not. I'm in love with a fool, and you don't know what you've lost. Hurt from the bottom to the top. I thought it was over, but it's not. Spinning in circles, I can't stop. I thought it was over, but it's not. I'm in love with a fool, and you don't know what you've lost. That's from the bottom to the top. I thought it was over, but it's not.
Those guys who came in, they thought that Becky is fake.
Yeah, they didn't go for genuine, did they?
They laughed their socks off, which
That's
of course
funny.
is all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're laughing, you forgive anybody anything.
Of course you do. I mean, most things in life are fake,
You
aren't they?
forgive bad taste, don't you, jokes?
Yes.
We still laugh at them. You know, something tragic happens in the world. I can remember when Donald Campbell, the guy who held the world land speed record and was going for the world water speed record, was killed on Lake Coniston. And we were told about it by our headmaster at morning assembly, because it happened about 8 a.m. And he announced it. And when I went down into the playground at 10:30, okay, Jones came up to me and he said, "How do you get Campbell's soup? Boil Lake Coniston." Okay.
Yeah.
How did he do that? This was at a secondary school in Feltham, mate.
Yeah.
All right, some people are quite quick. People in urban environments...
They
are-
grow up fast.
People in... You have to think on your feet. But I remember thinking, two things. That's sick, but it's witty. But how do you do that?
I know. You get that when any tragedy happens, don't you, as
For
well?
some reason. Now, Becky, and the internet's been
Mm.
pretty bad for that, it has to be said. Maybe, Tamsin emails, you should hand out the carrier bags to joggers, and they could wear them over their head to cut down on emissions.
I don't like the sound of that.
She says it's great fun that you are reminding joggers about their responsibilities. I am a walker myself, and I get irritated when a jogger runs past. Yeah, who hasn't been walking the dog, listening to yesterday's show on their MP3 player, and suddenly, woof, a jogger goes past, and you jump?
Yeah.
I had 2 women come round the corner out of the meadow one morning.
Yeah.
And I jumped. And they laughed. They thought it was fantastically funny, a man jumping. If I'd done it to anybody, I would have stopped and said, I'm sorry. That was a bit unthoughtful of me. But no, they thought it was fantastic. They'd made a man jump.
I bet they enjoyed it.
She says dogs chase anyone with a tracksuit on. This is Tamsin. I'm seriously thinking of stopping him wearing it. That's good, isn't it?
I like it, Tamsin.
Okay, also, goodness knows what sort of pollution is being caused by gyms. We should just all sit down and breathe shallowly. Do you know how much air you take into your lungs when you breathe at rest?
No.
Half a litre.
Do you?
Do you know how much air you take into your lungs and then breathe out again if you breathe in fully, which you do when you're running?
No.
3 litres. Wow. So you're using up 6 times as much oxygen and pumping out 6 times as much carbon dioxide when you're running. Plus the fact, how many breaths do you think you take in a minute at rest?
Oh,
That's
a minute?
Good one, wasn't it? About a
yeah,
minute.
20?
If that, it's more like 15
Is
to
it?
18, yeah.
Okay.
But however, if you're running, how many do you think?
Oh, 100?
Then you are not very fit.
Exactly.
I think it's more like 60, 50 to 60,
Right,
something like that.
okay.
40 to 60, let's say 50, okay? In other words, 3 or 4 times as many breaths. So you're breathing 6 times as deeply and 3 or 4 times more often. Which means that you are actually creating 20 times as much carbon dioxide as people who are conscientiously doing... It's 23 minutes past 9 if I was being honest and frank.
Traffic updates from Original 106. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. How close are you? Think. Hampshire Road Safety.
Anna.
Well, that earlier accident on the M27 this morning, eastbound at junction 11 for Fareham. Police have had to close the exit Slit Road. Still long delays there on the approach, and the speed has been restricted to 40 miles an hour. The A35 at Beer Regis in Dorset. Delays are expected due to an abnormal heavy, large load making its way from Beer Regis right through to Portland, so do watch out for that one. Starting to ease now on the M27 westbound between Hedge End and Eastleigh, but the traffic does remain busy on Milton Road, outbound at Velda Avenue in Portsmouth. And elsewhere in Portsmouth, the traffic on the A3 Alford Road also looking slow at Unicorn Road. And don't forget, from 9:30 this morning, you can expect long delays inbound on Redbridge Causeway in Southampton. That's due to emergency repairs being carried out, and that is likely to continue right through until tomorrow afternoon as well. No current problems on the trains, planes or the ferries this morning. As always, anything else that you do spot, though, do let us know. Give us a call here at the Original 106 Travel Centre, 08454 660 106.
Quality flows through every surface of the Hyundai Getz 1.1 GSI. There's a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty, and you can save £1,100 on the on-the-road price of the 3 and 5 door. Hold on, over £1,000 off and a 5-year warranty. So I can get a 3-door for just $6,495.
We're still recording.
Oh, sorry. Save over £1,000 on the Hyundai Getz 1.1 GSI. Hurry, offer ends 31st of March. Contact your local dealer or visit Hyundai.co.uk. Terms and conditions apply. Hyundai. Drive your way.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Palma 6 times per week.
You're changing my world. You're changing it for the better. You're changing to sun power.
It's easier than you may think to generate your own electricity or to heat your water by the power of the sun. And Sun-Powered Energy Systems will show you how. They could help you get a grant of up to £2,500. And once installed, your Sun-Powered Energy costs you nothing. You can even sell the power you don't use. Conditions apply. Sun-Powered Energy Systems. DTI accredited for your peace of mind. Call 08000 18 22 12.
Because the future is sun-powered.
Last year, Business South, the South's premier business-to-business event, empowered more than 2,000 business professionals with the knowledge and contacts to help develop and grow their business. This year, you too could benefit. Business South 2008 comes to St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th, and is completely free. It's your chance to learn from the experts on key business issues, benchmark your competitors, and identify new business opportunities. Business South 2008 at St Mary's Stadium, Southampton on March the 5th and 6th. Admission is free. For fast-track entry, pre-register online now at original106.com.
Original 106.
front page in order to continue puffing themselves up for going on about plastic bags and persuading Marks and Spencers to charge 5 pence every time you put your shopping into a Marks and Spencers plastic bag. Now, shops are set to deliver 1 billion fewer plastic bags in future. However, there's 2 questions I wonder if you've got an answer to. What's going to happen to all the plastic bags that have been manufactured and are sitting in warehouses waiting not to go to the shops where they're not going to be needed? Presumably they can be recycled into, well, what? And can they? But the other thing is this. We just ordered thousands of plastic bags. Come in, Paul. Come in. We talked about it earlier. I don't know, is it you? Was it you who ordered the plastic bags?
No,
come and sit down. Because it now becomes an issue, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, when we decided we needed some plastic bags, it was... none of this had been heard of.
We have to give merchandise out in something.
They go, yeah. Exactly. And these are quality plastic bags.
Quality bags.
They're not the skimpy ones that can't sustain a bottle of wine. You could do a whole shop in one of these.
Absolutely. And they're degradable.
Are they?
They are.
How do you know that? You're making that up. OK, so what do we do with... how many have we got?
A few.
A few. And we will use them
we are using them
and judicially.
Absolutely right, yeah.
Because these are so strong. In fact, one of the things that we were toying with doing to demonstrate how the quality of our plastic bags is if you tied them together in a rope, I honestly think they'd be strong enough to tow a car.
I wonder if we could lower someone out of the window.
We toyed with that, and I said I would be prepared to abseil down, but not from the top floor of the building, being 4 stories up.
Martin's in.
The boss is in.
Martin's in, we can lower him down.
It's a thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a thought, yes. The other thing, though, is do you own a dog?
No.
No. You know dog owners nowadays carry very ostentatiously these little plastic bags, so that if a dog does a whoopsie,
yeah,
they bag it up.
They do.
And they put it in a thing or take it home or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do that. Unless I'm taking the dog for a walk round the pavements, because I don't like it on the pavements. But if it's down at the meadow, OK, I think the earth needs waste, animal waste, doesn't it? And it doesn't need plastic bags.
Compost.
Compost! Exactly. Paul comes in here and he talks as much as he does the rest of the day, head of sales. Go on, go out there and sell, boy, you're on form.
My friend and me, looking through her red box of memories, faded I'm sure, but love seems to stick in her veins, you know. Yes, there's love if you want it, don't sound like no sonnet, my can't you see that nature has its way of wanting me? Eyes open wide, looking at the heavens with a tear in my eye. Yes, there's love if you want it, don't sound like no sonnet, my love. Yes, there's love if you want it, don't sound like no sonnet, my love,
That's The Verve and Sonnet. 20 to 10. Got some quotes from famous people about carrier bags. The Daily Mail, which is continuing to claim that it is responsible for this 6-0 defeat for the plastic carrier bag, is carrying comments from its kind of people about carrier bag business, such as Scheherazade Goldsmith. No, me neither. Writer and wife of the ecologist editor Zach Goldsmith. I don't see the downside to banning plastic bags. There simply isn't one. And Michael Parkinson was asked, and he said, as well as getting supermarkets to stop giving out plastic bags, they need to look at the way they use so much plastic packaging. Poor old Michael, what is he up to these days? Sean Lloyd, the weather forecaster, says, we see the visible signs of climate change and their real effects, but despite all this, people still use plastic bags. Who else does the Daily Mail turn to in these troubled times for informed comment? Gloria Hunniford, Julie Cooper, Lisa Goddard, a Daily Mailite, if ever there was one, and Dr. Adam Hart Davis, that man who's always frightening us about our tax return. Our tax returns. He says, plastic bags litter the hedgerows, blow off landfill sites, and kill fish, and dolphins, and turtles. And they've got Ken Livingston in there as a token lefty, and Ken says it's shocking that Londoners alone use 2 billion plastic bags per year, and of these, only 1 in 200 is recycled. So, I think we'll spike the plastic bag story right there on New Breakfast on Original 106, because that war has been won.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thomson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Alicante 5 times per week.
By the good and great.
This June, Neil Diamond comes to Southampton. Live at the Rose Bowl on the 17th of June. The Solitary Man is back in the UK. Don't miss Neil Diamond's all-new show. All the hits, all live, all night long. Tickets are on sale now on 0870 400 0688 or livenation.co.uk. Neil Diamond live at the Rose Bowl.
Having trouble unlocking the perfect mortgage deal? Then come to the Place for Mortgages and open the door to your dream home. At the Place for Mortgages, we won't blind you with science. We'll just aim to find you the best mortgage deal at the best possible rate. So whether you're mortgaging a property or coming to the end of your initial deal and want to shop around, we could have just the mortgage for you. The Place for Mortgages. Thousands of mortgage deals from hundreds of providers and advice that really makes sense. The Place for Mortgages. Call 0845 226 8192 or click unlockthefuture.co.uk.
Quick get well soon. I missed this email when it came in, so apologies, Gary, who says, could you wish my partner Rebecca good luck for tomorrow? Oh, as you see, this was last week. I've got various PCs at this radio station, and sometimes I miss emails. Many apologies. She's having an operation. Hope it turned out all right. Many thanks. This is from Gary, Charney, London. What a great name. Sam and Chloe. That great name, London. Mark Timothy and Falling. It's 12 minutes to 10, Friday. Original 106 New Breakfast with Tommy Boyd and the gang. And we're down on joggers, I suppose. Especially down on marathon runners because of the enormous amount of carbon dioxide, which is the greenhouse gas that they produce whilst they're doing it. We're not necessarily saying you should ban jogging and marathons, Anna, but we are saying put the whole thing in perspective. Everybody with a 4x4 is feeling threatened and people are not taking holidays by plane because they've heard about their carbon footprint.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that we're creating carbon dioxide just by sitting here talking and listening to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Joggers are creating an enormous amount of carbon dioxide, almost as much as...
they're quite irritating, aren't they, to just sort of see on the road. When you're in your car and you're feeling a little bit like, I need to do some exercise, and you see these joggers in all their spandex.
Yeah.
Quite irritating anyway, so
Thumping
I'm
along.
with you.
The blokes, the ones who really fancy themselves as runners. Those calf muscles.
Exactly.
Sweating. Yeah, and they occasionally give you a little nod, don't they, as if to say, you know...
Yeah, you're lazy, look how fit I am.
I always cross myself when they go past. Well, I don't always, but if I think that they're really trying to rub in the fact that they're jogging and I just cross myself and mutter sort of the name of the Father and Son. So I have this email from Paul who says, I think there's another point missed in this argument which I can demonstrate. I know a couple of these hard-nosed joggers, and these guys are not only increasing their carbon footprint with their exhalations, but also with their food consumption.
Okay.
They can't stop eating.
No,
he says, one fella I know has 2, sometimes 3 breakfasts just to keep his energy levels up.
Oh, that's just plain greedy, isn't
That's
it?
what Paul says. Not only is this greedy, but all this food has a carbon footprint to be accounted for. See, he's probably eating bacon that's come in from Kenya.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Yeah.
What you do know is he's increasing the world's supplies of carbon dioxide by breathing so hard. And Paul makes a very good point, and I hadn't thought about it. He's also increasing his own carbon footprint because of the amount of extra food he has to eat.
And didn't somebody make a good point yesterday about also how many times they shower compared to perhaps to the average person?
And how many sets of clothes they have to wash. Because presumably they have to wash those little kinky vests.
You would hope they would, wouldn't you?
You would hope that they would, wouldn't you? Yeah, and those socks. They can only bear one wearing, can't they? You can't re-wear a pair of jogging socks, surely.
And imagine the amount of trainers they've got as well.
And all of
you know, trainers wear out quite quickly.
Yes, and there's a moral point there, isn't there? Because aren't those trainers made by, I don't know, impoverished Asian children?
Sometimes,
Sweatshops, they call them, don't they?
Yeah.
Tam's in his email, could you please do an impression of Gordon Brown talking about plastic bags? No. Or David Beckham, maybe. He says, wonderful, I liked your Ken Livingstone, which is kind, inaccurate, because it was an appalling impression. Very quickly, because I'm going to get Genesis to sing, because I like them. After a quick read of Keith in Ringwood's email, thank you for this, he says, plastic bags, could you shred them and turn them into a sustainable building material such as loft insulation or cavity wall insulation? It's a thought. Some of the large DIY merchants are selling similar products, and it would seem to be an ecological solution, recycling, as well as saving energy costs. Thanks for that. You can text 81800. Start your text with On Air. Go on then, Phil. Come on, boy. Genesis and turn it on again. 10 to 10.
All I need is a TV show, that and the radio.
If you're a fan of Fawlty Towers, then probably like me, you can never hear the words "turn it on" without seeing Basil and the deaf lady. Turn it on! Herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically.
So you see right through me. Am I really here? If I told you something, would you even care? Would you even dare? So I expected this circumstance. I'm unconnected. Or could we take a chance? On another day, would it be this way? I just ask myself, if I was dreaming, you'd see me, I'd be understood. But I'm just drowning, going under, wishing you'd say we could. But you just won't come by. I'm only dreaming. I'm only dreaming. And I just don't wanna lose a moment. Leave the conversation hanging in the air. Oh, tell me, do you care? I can walk on water, I just don't look down. I got no intention turning around. On another day, would it be this way? I just ask myself, if I was dreaming, you'd see me, I'd be understood. But I'm just drowning, going under, wishing you'd say we could. But you just won't come by. I'm only dreaming. And it keeps on pulling me, something I did not say. I'm falling so suddenly, and I ask myself, if I was dreaming, you'd see me, I'd be understood. But I'm just drowning, going under, wishing you'd say we could. If I was dreaming, you'd see me, I'd be understood. But I'm just drowning, going under, wishing you'd say we could. But you just won't come by. I'm only dreaming. I'm only dreaming. I'm only dreaming. I'm only dreaming.
That's Aurora and Dreaming. One of the things that's high on our agenda starting on Monday on New Breakfast, Original 106, Tommy Boyd and the team, is looking on the bright side of the so-called obesity crisis. I came out of the bookies on Tuesday, and there was a young lad with two of his mates walking past, and he gave me the most aggressive "all right, mate" I've had for a long time. He was in a tracksuit, and he was wearing some bling, and although he was dressed for the track, he was built for the bar. And I didn't feel in the slightest bit intimidated, because this fella was so large that I could have kicked him in the shins, and even at my age, run away and got away. I could have taken 3 yards off him in 5, so there's that. Also, if children end up a little bit overweight, at least parents don't have the worry of where they are, because they're going to be on the sofa.
Original 106 Breakfast with Thompson Fly and Bournemouth Airport. Fly to Malaga 6 times per week.